Hello everyone, back tuning in to today's second video. Going to have a quick look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's second video. So day 10 is going to take us around the 28th of December. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles later on to around a couple of weeks. Going to have a look at CFS-V2 for January at the end of the video. The January Friday has been released. A month-end look at with Japanese and CFS-V2. It looks like we could be getting some quite cold weather over Christmas and New Year. So have a look at January Friday and see what's going on with that one. I've been rather poorly this morning, so I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. I had a migraine, and it's left me feeling really quite unwell. So I'm going to get through this as quick as I can, and then I think I'll go and have a bit of a sleep and see if I can sleep it off a little bit. I don't know if I'll be live streaming tonight. If I feel like I am now, then probably not. I'll probably cancel the live stream, but I'll let everybody know later on this evening. If you're enjoying the content on the channel, then please can you smash a like and let YouTube know that you are enjoying the content. Let us know in the comments what you think about all of our videos, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for doing that. Right, we're going to start off with temperatures in the stratosphere at 10 HPA over the North Pole. So this is from meteoshield.fr, the latest GFS 6Z run. We've got these blue and purple colours. These are the cold temperatures at 10 HPA. And we can see we have got a little bit of a warming taking place in the stratosphere over Siberia at the moment. It's quite a weak, modest warming, but as we run through, we find that the warming does actually start to strengthen and intensify a little bit as we run towards Christmas. We get this swathe of warm temperatures from like Mediterranean and North Africa up to Siberia. That can sometimes be the precursor of a sudden stratospheric warming, and the GFS model at the moment is now starting to intensify this, as you see there for the 29th of December, starting to intensify this into like genuine sudden stratospheric warming temperature levels. When those red colours appear, that is like a sudden stratospheric warming. So as I've been saying for a while, when we get this swathe of yellow and green from the Med and North Africa up to Siberia, that can be a precursor to a sudden stratospheric warming, and like the GFS 6Z and the midnight GFS run is now taking the temperature up to genuine sort of sudden stratospheric warming type levels with those deep red colours appearing. And that's how we look as we come towards the end of the GFS run. So by this point, we're wiggling that warming across Siberia a little bit, but we are pushing these blue and purple, these blue colours, the cold temperatures in the stratosphere. We're displacing them over towards North America and into North Atlantic. There's also another warming occurring to the south of that area of blue in the Atlantic. This looks like we're going to get a proper sudden stratospheric warming, I think, sometime late December or early January. And I think we are going to see, you know, like a proper split of the polar vortex and all of that sort of stuff. So I think, you know, I've been saying this in videos a lot lately. I think the stratosphere is looking very, very primed for a genuine sudden stratospheric warming as we go into the early part of January. So we will continue to monitor things in the stratosphere, developments in the stratosphere over the over the coming couple of weeks, because I think we're going to get a sudden stratospheric warming as we go into January. That's certainly how it's looking to me. These are GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles, so plenty of mild weather coming up over the next few days up to around 23rd of December to Christmas Eve. Then after that it goes colder than average, quite an extended cold and average spell setting up now from Christmas through to the New Year. Dates on the bottom of the chart. This is for London, by the way. So, yeah, looking quite cold from Christmas through to the New Year. We, explained about that with JMA Friday. So we could well be in for a cold Christmas and New Year with quite a bit of precipitation as well. The coming days, while it's mild, it's going to be very wet. And then as it turns colder over Christmas to New Year, it will turn drier, but not completely dry. There will be precipitation around. And of course, as it's turning colder, we have to start thinking about the chance of wintry conditions. More about that in the days ahead, I suspect. Temperature anomalies on the 18th to the 26th of December are looking milder than average, not just the UK, but for most parts of Europe. Precipitation anomalies from the 18th to 26th of December are looking average to a little bit wetter than average. This is the latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net, showing that we've got mild west-southwesterlies, and it's going to stay mild until the middle of next week, and there will be a lot of rain to come as well. This is how the UK Met is looking for Monday. Low pressure bearing down on the country, bringing plenty of wet and windy weather for the early part of next week, and then by the middle of next week and up to Christmas Eve, it's turning colder as winds turning to the north. Low pressure clears away to Scandinavia, so becoming drier but also becoming colder as we get to Christmas Eve with northerly winds, and that could bring some snow showers into northern, northeastern parts of the country, and probably some widespread frost as well. GFS 6Z is looking like this, so wet and windy but also mild. Actually, this is GFS midnight run. I want to show you that first, and then I'll show you the GFS 6Z. So GFS midnight run looking mild, wet and windy through the early part of next week. Then we turn windy into the north for Christmas Eve, turns colder for Christmas Eve, and probably quite cold on Christmas Day as well. Certainly risk of some overnight frost. Boxing Day brings low pressure diving down the North Sea and sort of renews the northerly. So we could have a bit of a northerly blast on our hands there around Boxing Day to 27th of December. That will bring colder air southwards and an increasing risk of snow as we go from Boxing Day to 27th of December. And then up to day 10 and beyond, we start to get northern blocking developing to our north with low pressure to our south. This turns the wind into the east. So between Christmas and New Year, look at that, we start to pull in a proper easterly wind, and that will start to drive in snow from the east. So looking cold and wintry with easterly winds as the upper air temperatures between Christmas and New Year. Certainly cold enough to be driving in snow showers from the east. That's how look on New Year's Eve. Cold New Year's Eve with easterly winds. New Year's Day also looking cold with winds in from an east-northeast direction. There could well be snow in with that. And then beyond that, through the first week of January, the GFS midnight run turns the wind back to the north again, right at the very end, which gets us to the 3rd of January. That's a prolonged cold spell. It starts getting cold around Christmas, and it's still going cold. In fact, it's getting colder probably by the 3rd of January. So this suggests like a couple of weeks of cold weather and an increasing risk of snow as well. Prolonged cold spell on the GFS midnight run. This is how the GFS 6Z is looking. Again, mild, wet and windy for the early part of next week. Then it gets colder for Christmas Eve with winds in from the north. Christmas Day is probably quite a cold day as well. Into Boxing Day, and the 27th of December, we start to dive, or this low pressure starts to dive southwards. We start to bring this low pressure diving southwards through the UK. That will take rain, sleet and snow, and eventually pull in a very cold north or northeasterly wind between Christmas and New Year. Another low diving in from the north there on New Year's Eve. That could bring the risk of snow from the north. That dives southwards, so yeah, you know, like a risk of snow diving southwards there from New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, very cold and wintry. And then the GFS 6 set up very end by the 3rd of January, setting up the Scandinavian high, pulling winds in from the east. Could we be on the cusp of a prolonged spell of cold and snowy weather here? Could we? We shall see. GM is looking like that, mild, wet and windy through the early part of next week. Then going colder for Christmas Eve with winds in from the north. A little bit less cold just after Christmas with more of a northwesterly. Let's have a look at day 10. I think that suggests that we're going to pull in another northerly there between Christmas and New Year, although the GM is a little bit milder than the GFS, definitely, between Christmas and New Year. And then the ECM looks like that again, mild, wet and windy through the early part of next week, then into northerly winds to Christmas Eve, which will be a cold day. Cold start to Christmas Day with a frost and this little transient ridge of high pressure. And then through Boxing Day to 27th, this low pressure comes diving in from the north. That brings a mix of rain, sleet and snow. And as that low pressure pushes eastwards by day 10, 28th of December, we are pulling in cold northerly winds in the wake of that low pressure. Here's the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tameteo.com. Plenty of rain on the way, a lot of rain to come. And as we go through towards the Christmas period, it's still wet across England and Wales, and an increasing risk of some of that rain turning to snow across the northern half of the country. So, like as we go to Christmas Eve, we take the rain away to the east, and we pull in most cold northerly winds. So it could bring wintry showers into northern and eastern parts of the country. And then sort of Boxing Day, 27th of December, that's when the low pressure diving south. That's bringing a mix of rain, sleet and snow across the country, increasing risk of snow by 27th of December. Snow for Northern England, snow for Wales, snow for the Midlands. Increasingly wintry flavour for much of England and Wales, with snow on those north to northeasterly winds as we move up towards day 10. Cold and wintry just after Christmas. These are the options that are on the table within the ECM ensembles for day 10, which gets us to the 28th of December. Of course, our 25 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to our northwest, high pressure to our west-southwest, anticyclonic, probably mostly dry and quite cold. 12 with a mid-Atlantic ridge and low pressure over the country. That's going to be cold and unsettled. 10 with low pressure again over to the south of the country. That's going to be quite cold. 8 with low pressure over to the east, combined with the mid-Atlantic ridge. Winds are coming in from the north-northeast. And 8 with high pressure to our west, low pressure to our northeast. Winds in from the northwest. Most of those options look quite cold at day 10. And in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. This is for the 2nd of January. Have 13 members of the ECM ensembles that are building up a Scandinavian high, trying to get wind into the east. 12 with a mid-Atlantic ridge and low pressure to the east of the country. They're going to be pulling down northerly winds. 8 with a Scandinavian high, low pressure to our south, winds in from the east. 7 a little bit flatter. This is a milder option with winds a bit westerly. 6 with blocking to the north and northwest, low pressure to the south-southeast, winds are in from the east and northeast. 5 with high pressure to the west, low pressure to the east, winds are northerly. Most of those options are looking cold for early January. So this could well be quite a prolonged cold spell, but starting over Christmas, actually. Right, so finally, CFSV2 for January. This is 700 millibar height on for January, showing above average heights to our west and also blocking to our northeast. They're probably bringing the wind in from a northwesterly direction. There, the temperature anomaly for January is only about average, which for the CFS is quite chilly, actually. If it's not going milder than average, then it's quite unusual for the CFS. And the precipitation anomaly is about average as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please can you click like, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to tell your friends and family about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe as well. And that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let us know in the comments what you think about all of this. And if you do sub, you'll be able to see future weather content whenever you want. Right, that's it then. So I should let everybody know if there's going to be a live stream this evening. I'm going to go and have a sleep and try and get myself feeling a bit better. And that's it. So that's it for your uploads today. We're not going to do an ECM 42 day today. I may do that tomorrow or at some point over the weekend. But no ECM 6 weeks look ahead. So that's it for the uploads. And I'll just let everybody know if we're going to do our Christmas live stream a little bit later on. But for this video and for today's videos, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.